Yes, they do. Red gold. It's kind of surprising how much copper I can mine here at the warehouse. I wasn't even aware of that I actually had that much just laying around. There's that much. See, what happened at the other warehouses, there was several $100s worth of copper just like in the dirt, and I want to keep that from happening here, because that is definitely not the dream. So every now and then, as I get I don't know, it's so hot and sweaty out. That's going right into the house payment today. I got this fan here, just every once in a while I just go over here to seek relief. Yeah, I know I'm wearing black, but lighter colors, they just get so gnarly looking after doing this for like just a couple of hours that after you wash them, they're still, yeah, it just looks like zombie clothes. And if I leave my shirt off too long, I'll get a sunburn, so that's not really going to keep me cool. A lot of things, there's just no way around it. There's no workaround. So this is brass. Oh. Well, it would help if it was plugged in, eh? Well, it was working. I tested it. The end of this thing is kind of shot. I don't know. There's a much better one in the trash here, but I found it and I thought it was a real winner, but apparently somebody cut it. Like it was deliberately cut when I garbage picked it. Yeah, see? Nothing. Damn it. And it was working. Before I laid it all out, I had the pigtail over here at this end when I plugged it in, and it was working. And now that I stretched it out, not so much. Oh, come on, man, really? Watch, when I drag it over here, it will start working again. So much of my time is lost screwing around like this, but never a sense of a permanent place or space in life, so things are always kind of jacked up. There we go. Things with me will always be like a carnival mentality. Not just a junkyard mentality, but very temporary. You set your wagon train up here, because you know you're not going to be wherever here is for very long before you get chased out for whatever reason. That's a line of thinking that I'm sort of a paranoia, but the paranoia is truth. LOL. Why did I cut that off? Yeah, if I could sneak this past the... Let's just try it. Past the scrapyard guy. Because that part's brass. Maybe they'll accept it as number 2. Number 2 for the win. How is that even possible? Number 2 for the win. Those are going to need some heavier clipping and cutting. That's my claim. Of course, I'm standing in like wet muck in an ungrounded setup there. Me and my temporary mentality. Yeah. Running low on time here too. See, there's little copper nuggets everywhere around here. Little stashes. Little bits of brass. Little bits of copper. Little tidbits of wire here and there. Everywhere. Collecting all the rotors I got laying around on the property, because I got a couple barrels full. But even though that junkyard, I think they're paying $300 a ton for them. Again, I should stop walking backwards. I don't take gigantic strides for that reason. That prevents me from falling all the way to the ground. I take almost like little baby steps. I'm so used to like tripping and stuff like that over shit. It's just a lifelong thing. Nothing that ain't gonna change. Mostly, some of the point of my channel is I explain how I cope with being so effed up. Because most of what I do is nothing more than a coping survival strategy, and nothing more than that. You get to, my claim is you can go for all the therapy, all the mental health therapy and everything that you want, but if you don't understand, God, it's impossible to explain. If you don't understand, like I get it that I don't get it, if that makes any sense. Like somebody with Down syndrome, unless they're really highly functioning, they might. Well, I've known, you know, my aunt, she had mental retardation, but it wasn't Down syndrome. It was because my grandmother almost died on the operating table, so the baby was starved of oxygen, so she was retarded, and she knew that. I know, jokes. She knew she was retarded. So if you're highly functioning enough, sometimes a retarded person knows that they have diminished mental capacity, but they have no idea how. I don't know. She knew how to drive and everything, but yeah, definitely she couldn't. She held down a job, but it was like a really simple job. She was a bagger at a grocery store, and this cashiering was too much. He had to count change and stuff, but she was pretty good at, you know, like putting the groceries in the bag and Tetris, you know, stacking them, putting the right stuff, and but me, I also get it that I don't get it, if that makes sense. Which, maybe I'm explaining it the wrong way. But I don't get it. If that makes sense. I don't get it. Like if somebody says, oh yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the social cues. You know, like when it's getting time to like leave, I'm still busy going blah 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 blah. Or knowing the social cue when you go to a restaurant, everybody's ordering food, and what is the proper amount of food to order, like, and judging by how fast I eat, like, you don't want to be, okay, what happens is, I'm the last person eating at a table at a restaurant, everybody else is done. They're on their second drink or whatever, and I'm still eating whatever it was that I ordered. And a lot of times, it's not way more or any more than everybody else. So I still haven't figured that out. I still have a plate of food in front of me, half eaten, because maybe I eat slower, which is true. A lot of people tend to like wolf down their food, like, you know, they just shovel it in. I don't do that. It's not good for your digestive system. But if you order too little amount of food, everybody looks at you. They're like, aren't you gonna get anything? And I'm like, oh, man. You know, you start looking at the menu, and I start calculating in my head, well, that's going to take 10 minutes to eat. That's going to take 15 minutes to eat. Shit, that might take 20 minutes to eat. No, I don't have to eat it all, but then when you push the plate away and you ate like 1/4 of it, that's a freaking waste, man. There's children starving in Africa. That's not funny. Okay, I'm just... The old mantra of, you know, your parent would always say, there's hungry children in Africa. What's wrong with you? Finish what you're eating. You should feel God blessed. You live in America. Finish your plate. You can't have any pudding unless you eat your meat. Do you ever have that stuff? That black or that white pudding? There's white pudding and there's black pudding. And I'm not talking about the kind in America where, you know, it's like artificial flavored chocolate or artificial flavored vanilla. I'm talking about dried cows or pig's blood, and it's made in this frickin' hockey puck sized thing. God. It's like a over, you know, in the UK, but Ireland especially. I know because we have some relatives over there. My parents would go over there every couple of years, and they bring that nasty stuff back. And the first time they brought it back, they said, "Oh, this is so good. This is Irish pudding." And I'm like thinking, "Yum! Irish pudding can't be that bad. It's black pudding." Black pudding. Wait, it's chocolate? Oh no! It kind of tastes like sausage. Well, what is it? Oh, just have a bite and see what you think. Well, tell me what it is. They wouldn't tell me what it was. I wouldn't eat it. Finally, they gave up and they told me what it was. And I'm like, Well, I'm right for not eating it. Then I remember, you know, several years later, like all these stories about, you know, in the UK, like mad cow disease, and like there's like videos of like cows that couldn't stand up, and then there was this picture and a video of a lady that had mad cow disease from eating infected cow meat, and she was like Michael J. Fox on crack. Not funny. You die from it, you know. Well, like, damn, man, I could have got that. Well, nobody got that stuff from that. I think a lot of that was overhyped, but maybe we were in some sort of, well, we are kind of in an agricultural trade war. We've been that way for years with a lot of European countries because of the corn we grow, amongst other things. And maybe they're onto something. Because the corn we grow is genetically altered and modified with gene editing and stuff like that. That stuff, I swear to God, I don't think it really needs pesticides. Well, first of all, some of the corn growing makes its own pesticide and kills off certain insects, and the stuff can outgrow any weed. Any kind of natural weed is easily outgrown by the corn that we make or grow here in our country. There's already a lot of the cornfields. The corn was just planted a month ago, mind you. The freaking corn is 5 feet tall already. It's 5 feet tall. No, look at the weeds. The weeds are about 2.5, 3 feet tall. Even the weeds can't compete with it. I think it's funny. It is, but it isn't. Because whatever's making it grow that quick, that's some wicked stuff, man. So yeah, I harvested some more copper off of these. There's one more over there. So I'm going to take these in. I think they're 12 cents a pound. Man, I cut one open. Ian Matthews was like, take one to bits. I should have made a video. Maybe I'll make another video of me actually doing that. He's smart. He drilled a hole in there to collect the oil, and he put it in an oil can. And he's like, waste not, want not. You know, you use that oil to oil hinges and stuff like that, squeaky things, etc. Right? Capture every bit of free that you possibly can. So anyway, he drained the oil out of it and he cut it. He cut it in half and took the copper out. Well, I did that to one, and there wasn't really a tremendous amount of copper in there. So, yeah, that's quite a bit of stoke here, man. Look at that. I gotta find that stupid scale, that bathroom scale, the digital one. I don't know how many pounds that is, but it feels like about 25, $2.40. I don't know, 65 bucks, something like that, right? But of course, you could load a truck up with just plain old shred. Probably end up with more than 65 bucks. You can hear my breathing, man. It is so humid out. Whew. Anyway, the pile is starting to shrink, though. Almost to the point where the scrap inventory is getting kind of scary. Father's Day, I thought I'd find a lot of stuff, but there was almost nothing out there. I think I found like only a couple barbecues. This cord is hung up on something. every bit of copper, or as much as I can. There's a couple more with little pieces on there. I don't want the oil to leak out though. That's a pain in the butt. There's a little piece of lead. We don't find much lead though. Not in our country. Or at least I don't anyway. Maybe some people do, I don't know. Car batteries, yeah. But other than that, you're not gonna find too much lead. Maybe in some old neighborhoods you might find more because of the construction of the homes and stuff like that, but out where I live, you find way more copper than you do lead. I used to pass the lead off as aluminum, but the prices are about the same now. So back when the aluminum was worth way more than lead, but they're about the same. So I got two more over there. Dang. I gotta get some money in the freaking bank, man. I'm freaking dying out here, dude. Damn. More copper for the dream. More copper for the dream and more steel for the meal. That's my sting. Copper for the dream and steel for the meal. This is brass. I don't think I'm gonna end up with a sizable amount of brass today though. Oh, I'm about ready to pass out, man, but gotta keep soldiering on. The bank wants their money. They are gonna get it come hell or high water. Yeah, I take my shirt off, but I don't want to get a sunburn. My daughter was out. She had a sports bra on, and she got pretty bad sunburn. And she was only out in the heavy sun for about 20 minutes. And she's not, how do I explain it? Her skin tone. We're not like super white people. Okay, we got other nationalities mixed in. So we're kind of brown, but even that skin tone burns in the sun, trust me. Even black people get sunburn, believe it or not. You know, a lot of people don't think so, but just because you're black doesn't mean... Yeah, just because you're black doesn't mean you're not going to get sunburned. Especially when the sun gets this fierce.